Prananda, Croeso Bal, good afternoon. Welcome everyone to our first virtual Staff Recognition Awards. It's a real pleasure to be hosting the awards as your Interim Chief Executive. I know that the judging panel were immensely impressed with the range and standard of nominations, and I will ask our chair to say a little bit more about that in a moment. I'm also delighted that Judith Paget will be joining us later. You will all know Judith as our former Chief Executive, and she's now Director General and Chief Executive of NHS Wales. I know that Judith really wanted to be here today, and she will be presenting her own award later on. Now, it would always be our intention to celebrate these awards in person, but unfortunately the pandemic has meant that we've had to do things a bit differently this time. Our guests today include our nominees and their supporters, trade union colleagues and key partners from the Aneurin Bevan Community Health Council and colleagues from across the Health Board. Our staff awards are a chance to recognise the hard work, the dedication and the outstanding care given by our colleagues and teams across Aneurin Bevan University Health Board. We recognise that this is just a snapshot of all the excellent work undertaken by our staff every day. And I want to acknowledge all our staff for everything that you do to provide and enable excellent and compassionate care. There's no doubt that the last 2 years in particular has presented unprecedented challenges. The pandemic has had a significant impact on our staff and also on the public. The toll that has taken on our physical, mental and emotional well-being should not be underestimated. However, I'm confident that we've got better days ahead of us. This event was originally due to be held in December, but had to be rescheduled due to the Omicron variant impacting on our services. And it would be remiss of me really to let our 2021 recognition event pass without thanking everyone for their heroic efforts. Those efforts that have been made and continue to be made throughout this pandemic. I think your efforts are testament to the expertise, the dedication and the compassion of all our NHS staff. Despite everything we face, we continue to step up and keep our focus where it should be, on the patient and the communities that we serve. Aside from our own Staff Recognition Awards, affectionately known as the NICE, many staff have received well-deserved recognition from other sources for their achievement throughout the last 2 years. I know that we're all incredibly proud that our organisation is named after the founder of the NHS, and I believe our staff go the extra mile to live up to those values and aspirations every day. I want to begin by showing you a video that contains photographs that were captured over the last 2 years. Although many of the photos feature our COVID response and the opening of the Grange University Hospital in the middle of a pandemic, I'm conscious of the massive effort that has been made from staff members across all our services. Wow, that's quite emotional, isn't it? Returning to our celebration today, this is a time for recognising the contribution of all our staff. But those of you here today in particular have been recognised for your dedication and efforts. You are living the values and behaviours of our health board by ensuring that you put people first, you take personal responsibility, you have a passion for improvement, and you take pride in what you do. You are the role models to which we should all aspire, and I thank you on behalf of the Health Board for your dedication and commitment. I would now like to hand over to our Chair, Anne Lloyd, to give an overview of the awards and judging.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, Glyn. Thank you very much, and welcome to you all today on this really grand occasion. It seems such a very long time since we had an awards ceremony last, and you've all had to wait far too long for this recognition. I'm very pleased to be here today. I'm afraid I can't see you all because you're all got your cameras off, but we will look forward to seeing you as the awards are presented. The judging panel, in addition to myself, was obviously Judith as our previous Chief Executive, Richard Howells, our previous Board Secretary, Sarah Simmons, the Director of Workforce and OD, Louise Wright, our Independent Member and Trades Union Representative, and Gemma McHale, representing Aneurin Bevan Community Health Council. We had a dickens of a job because we had 220 entries to review. Really, really hard choices had to be made because they were all absolutely outstanding, and we were so pleased. It was a very, very challenging but enjoyable task drawing together a shortlist and choosing the winners, and there were a great many arguments as well. But we were so thrilled with the privilege of reading all of your nominations and what you had as teams or individuals achieved. It was really great. There are a number of award categories, and they reflect really the size and diversity of this health board and its activities, and the many and varied ways in which staff at all levels across the organisation contribute to high quality patient care and service delivery for our population. So to remind you, the categories are health and well-being at work, particularly important after such a very, very difficult time, leadership, partnership working, improving patient experience, quality, sustainability and efficiency, the team of the year, population health and well-being, research, education and innovation, and the Patient Choice Awards. I'm also awfully pleased that a special award will be made by the Aneurin Bevan Community Health Council, and this award will be made to an individual or team whom they consider have made a really exceptional contribution to the improvement of patient care. Each year, a number of special awards are made, namely the Chair and the Chief Executive Awards. These awards cannot be applied for. They're awarded at the discretion of myself and the Chief Executive to an individual or team who, in their opinion, has made an outstanding contribution to the Health Board objectives. This was an even more difficult choice, as obviously the outstanding contributions of all of you were only far too evident, which was gratifying but very hard to make a choice. And this year we've also chosen to make some special recognition awards and to recognise a number of staff who have excelled in their demonstration of how they live the values of this health board. Congratulations, however, to all of you. You've done exceptionally well in very, very hard and testing circumstances. And in order to get on with it, and I'm awfully sorry for the initial delay in starting, I'm delighted to hand back to Glyn for the presentation of our first award. Diolch.
Diolch. Thank you, Anne. I look forward to guiding us through our first virtual staff recognition awards. And for those following the format for our event in the awards brochure, you will see our first award is for Health and Wellbeing at Work. This category recognises those who can demonstrate notable practice in relation to health promotion activities, or an individual who's made significant changes to their lifestyle in order to improve their health, or have gone beyond their work role in order to promote the well-being and a healthy working environment for their colleagues. This award will be announced by Pippa Britton, who I will hand over to shortly. But first, we will hear a brief overview of each of the shortlisted nominations and see a short video clip that the nominees have kindly sent to us. It's worth noting that this year we asked our nominees to produce their own selfie videos, as we couldn't send in the usual camera crew, our comms team that is, due to the infection control guidance. So a big thank you to everyone who did this. I know our comms team are a little bit worried that they may be made redundant, as you've all done such a good job. So here we go. Congratulations to all our nominees in this category. Our shortlisted nominees are, and this is in no particular order, Robert Callan-Davis. Robert is the operational lead for primary care mental health support services and has gone over and above his role to offer mindfulness sessions to provide well-being support for colleagues. Pre-pandemic, Rob offered this to those working in mental health services, but as the pandemic escalated, Rob expanded this offer to offer virtual mindfulness sessions to all staff across the health board. These are hugely appreciated by those who attend, and it helps them to maintain their well-being and create a healthy working environment for colleagues.
Hello, my name's Rob Callan-Davis. I work for the Primary Care Mental Health Support Service as an operational lead. Over the last 18 months, via the Teams platform, I've offered mindfulness sessions, half-hour sessions daily, and recently I've linked in with other health boards, third sector organisations and Welsh Government to create a calendar of links that people can access for mindfulness and for their well-being. And I'm really delighted to have been nominated for a Staff Recognition Award in the category of Employee Health and Wellbeing Partnership Working. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Dr. Josie Cheetham. Josie designed, established, self-funded and maintained a series of SOS boxes for all staff to access in case of urgent or unexpected need, which included a range of sanitary products. During the first pandemic surge, Josie distributed boxes to all emergency departments, intensive care units and many wards. Since joining the Grange University Hospital in February, Josie has also distributed a number of boxes within paediatrics. Feedback from those staff who have benefited from the SOS boxes reflects their appreciation for an initiative that promotes well-being and dignity at work, reducing anxiety and promoting compassionate workplaces.
I'm Josie Cheetham. I'm a GP trainee, currently working in paediatrics at the Grange. I'm incredibly honoured and privileged to have been nominated for this award for my project, which I've been running for 3 years within the Health Board, called the Sanitary Products on Site, or SOS boxes, which quite simply, as it says on the tin, provides freely accessible period products to any staff within clinical areas. And I've run multiple pilots across the Health Board in the last 3 years. I'd like to thank everyone who's lifted me up and given me positive messages and enthusiasm and really supported the project through the last 3 years.
And our final shortlisted nominees in this category are Sarah Flowers and the Clinical Psychology Specialty. As the pandemic struck, understandably, many psychology services across the UK moved their work online via a working from home model. Under Sarah's leadership, the Clinical Health Psychology Specialty in the Health Board were clear that if they were going to effectively support patients and staff, then they needed to be present on the ground, ensuring they were on hand and accessible to be responsive in the moment. They were particularly present in critical care settings to provide support to staff experiencing the distress of caring for unprecedented numbers of very unwell patients with COVID. Sarah and the team showed exceptional compassion, commitment, and courage at a time of immense personal and professional challenge. Their efforts were enormously appreciated by staff and patients alike.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm speaking on behalf of psychologists and counsellors that worked in physical health during the pandemic, as well as working with COVID patients and their families in hospital and in the community. We were also asked to provide staff support with some colleagues from mental health and wellbeing. So we set about trying to make ourselves as accessible as possible with no waiting time. We saw staff of all different professions and experience. And one of the experienced members of staff said, I've never been involved in a major incident that's affecting all my patients and me and all my family and friends. And, that sense that it was all happening at home and happening at work at the same time was really, really challenging. The team I worked with were amazing. They went everywhere they were asked to go at any time. And I'd like to thank the staff actually that asked us to go and help, and the managers that asked us to provide staff support. It was a real privilege, and I'm really grateful that we had the opportunity to do our bit and to do what we can. So thank you very much.
Congratulations again to all our nominees. I will now hand over to Pippa to announce our winner.
So the winner in this category is Dr. Josie Cheetham, and congratulations, Wangavapi to Josie. Also, huge congratulations to our runners-up, Sarah Flowers and the Clinical Health Psychology team, and to Robert Callan-Davis. Well done to you all. It's amazing to read about your great work and to see your videos. Wangavapi and Mal. Back to you, Glyn.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on to our next category, which is improving patient experience. And this category quite simply recognises individuals or teams who have made a significant improvement to the patient experience. This award will be presented by Glyn Jones, who I will hand over to shortly. Again, I'd like to congratulate all our nominees in this category. Our shortlisted nominees, and again, this is in no particular order, are the Aneurin Bevan Cardiac Rehab Team with Project Lead Emma Davis. During the pandemic, the Cardiac Rehab Team moved very quickly to offering a virtual service to patients across our sites of St Woolas, Neville Hall, County and YYF. This commenced as telephone support and guidance, supplemented by patient information. It was recognised from patient feedback that they were still feeling isolated and missing the peer support that attending a face-to-face cardiac rehab class would usually give them, especially during the health education component. The multidisciplinary team of health professionals, consisting of physiotherapists, exercise professionals, occupational therapists, dietitians, administrative staff, and nurses formed an education team to develop videoed education sessions, a closed Facebook page and YouTube programs to provide further support alongside the telephone assessments and guidance. This has been very well received, and robust evaluation has seen the team continuing to improve the service according to feedback from patient experience.
Hello, my name is Sarah Howard and I'm a clinical nurse specialist within the cardiac rehabilitation team in Aneurin Bevan and a part of the education group within the team. We are thrilled to receive this nomination for a Staff Recognition Award in the Working Partnerships category for the work we did in setting up an online platform for patients, which included a Facebook page and exercise and education videos on YouTube. This enabled our patients to receive the best possible care and support from the cardiac rehabilitation team in the absence of face-to-face contact. I would like to thank all of those involved in the education group, as well as the wider cardiac rehabilitation team in helping to make the Education Plus package such a success. And during the time where all services within Aneurin Bevan came together and worked hard to find new ways of working, it means a great deal to us for our work to be recognised and to receive this nomination.
Okay, our next shortlisted nominee is Shannon Greenway, occupational therapy support worker based at Adferiad Ward at St Cadoc's Hospital. Shannon is described in her nomination as a hard-working, caring, approachable and compassionate individual who always puts patients first. She has come up with numerous ideas that have improved patient experience. These include the creation of activity and mindfulness packs to enable patients to engage in meaningful activities when no group therapy is available. Shannon has raised £1,000 to fund gym equipment to support the physical well-being of patients on the ward and organises group walks for patients to increase the well-being that comes from being in the fresh air and among nature. Shannon has organised community trips and makes excellent referrals to third sector groups such as Growing Space, where she identifies that this will help patient well-being after discharge from the ward.
Hello, my name is Shannon Greenway. I'm an occupational therapy support worker on Adferiad Ward in adult mental health inpatient setting. I feel incredibly grateful and really proud to be nominated for the Patient Care Award by my colleague Naomi, my Band 6 OT. I also like to say thank you to my OT team and nurse team for being so supportive on my journey whilst being on the ward. Part of my role is to promote group interventions and individual, but my main goal was to improve physical activity on the ward for patients and the benefits that this can have on our mental health. During the pandemic, I raised £1,950 with my football team to improve the gym equipment that we have on the ward for the patients to use. This has been absolutely amazing. The patients absolutely love doing the gym intervention, and this is something I'm really passionate about. I would also like to say, obviously I know it's been a very hard year for everyone involved, but I'm really grateful to have this opportunity and I can't wait to go to the virtual event soon.
Our final shortlisted nominee is Sarah Power, neonatal sister at the Grange University Hospital. Sarah has been instrumental in improving the parental experience both during and after parents have had their baby on the neonatal intensive care unit. She has invigorated the neonatal ward charity, which, following a vote by parents, has been named Dinky Dragons. Sarah manages a Dinky Dragons closed Facebook group, a face-to-face support group, which is currently operating virtually. Thanks to Sarah's drive and initiative, parents are benefiting hugely from being able to share experiences and provide mutual support for each other at what is a very worrying and stressful time.
Hi, my name's Sarah Power. I'm one of the sisters on the neonatal unit at the Grange University Hospital. Thank you for my nomination from Claire Payne, my manager, for my efforts with Dinky Dragons, which is the neonatal support charity, parent support and fundraising for the unit. I'd like to do a special thank you to Carrie Linton and Emma Pretherick Roberts for their help with Dinky Dragons as well and their dedication. And I'd also like to thank the whole of the neonatal team for their efforts, their dedication, hard work, at all times. Dinky Dragons is a passion of mine, and I thoroughly enjoy watching all the babies achieve their progress and goals, going home and supporting them in the community as well with their support group. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks, great. Congratulations again to all our nominees. I will hand over now to Rhiannon to announce our winner.
Thank you, Glyn. So the winner in the improved Sarah Power, the neonatal sister at the Grange University Hospital. Well done, Sarah. But just to say, huge congratulations to our runners-up, both Emma Davis and the cardiac team, but also Shannon Greenway, but to all the other nominations as well. Congratulations. Diolch yn fawr.
That's great. Thank you, Rhiannon. Okay, moving to our third category. This is partnership working. This category recognises an individual or a team who have demonstrated outstanding cooperation, collaboration and partnership working to deliver better outcomes for the patient or citizen. This award will be announced by Peter Carr, who I will hand over to shortly. Congratulations again to all our nominees in this category. Our shortlisted nominees, and again, this is not in any particular order, are firstly the partnership of ICU, anaesthetics and theatres. Now, from the start of the pandemic, the cooperation of these three specialties has been outstanding. Theatre staff work closely with intensivists to ensure that the surge capacity in theatres was set up to maximise the effectiveness of patient care. Staff cross-trained with theatre nurses, TAs and ODPs within critical care to support the significant increase in the number of ventilated patients. ICU staff help theatre staff to familiarise themselves and gain confidence in working within red intensive care areas whilst wearing full PPE. This outstanding partnership working meant we could increase the number of ventilated beds available to improve the outcomes for our most critically ill patients.
Hi, I'm James Tozer. I'm a consultant anaesthetist and I'm representing the theatre and critical care teams. We've been nominated for a Partnership Working Award for our collaboration during the COVID-19 pandemic. In early March 2020, we were forced to prepare for the probability that COVID would overrun the UK, and 3 weeks later, our critical care went into surge, exceeding its capacity by 300%. This was only made possible by the brave efforts of our critical care and theatre teams, working in collaboration in frightening conditions. Many of the theatre teams had never worked in critical care before, and our intensive care nurses managed to maintain the highest standards of care whilst mentoring their theatre colleagues. They did this so well that we had one of the lowest mortality rates in the country. I have no idea who nominated us for this award. Thank you very much.
Our next nominee is the Welsh Ambulance Service Trust in collaboration with the Health Board Primary and Secondary Care, Respiratory, GP, CRT, Frailty and District Nurses. Now, this excellent collaboration has resulted in an innovative pathway that prevents unnecessary admissions to hospital and reduces inconsistencies in patient care. This innovative initiative has resulted in 176 patients who are housebound and or have frequent admissions to hospital, showing a 50% reduction in admissions and other numerous positive indicators of success. There's been positive patient feedback, and this good practice has been shared nationally.
Hi, my name's Natalie James Plumley and I'm Senior Nurse for Primary Care. It's been an absolute pleasure working alongside and leading on a innovative collaborative partnership project. I'd like to thank everybody involved in this project to ensure our patients, if clinically indicated with COPD, have been safely managed at home and to prevent unnecessary hospital admission. The team have worked so hard and gone above and beyond to make sure that this project continues to be a huge success. I know I can speak on behalf of all the team to say we are absolutely privileged, and it's an honour to be shortlisted and recognised for all the hard work that the teams have done over the past few years in relation to this pathway at a very difficult time.
And our next nomination is the COVID follow-up and rehabilitation clinics, Dr. Sarah Fairburn and Dr. Rachel Rouse. During COVID, a partnership between the Respiratory Directorate and ICU was formed, arising from acute care of patients with COVID. But there were also the ongoing care needs of this population in the longer term to be addressed. This has led to the inception and delivery of a joint COVID follow-up rehab programme. This programme undertakes comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment of these patients, which includes psychology, physiotherapy, speech and language therapy, medical and nursing input. This enables the delivery of targeted programmes for these patients. They've been followed up and have shown clear benefit defined by physical improvement in strength and fitness on formal assessment, as well as verbal feedback demonstrating improvement in their psychological well-being. This partnership supports the intermediate goals for rehabilitation and will positively impact on addressing the chronic needs of this group of patients, helping to minimise the consequences of long COVID and the healthcare implications that this has.
Hi, I'm Jill Howard, Clinical Lead Physiotherapist, and I am here today to represent the post-COVID rehabilitation team. In June 2020, we commenced a face-to-face multidisciplinary team rehabilitation programme in order to optimise patient recovery following critical and high respiratory care admissions for COVID-19. We would like to take this opportunity to thank the Executive and Respiratory Directorate, along with Public Health Wales, in supporting this project. As a team, we are delighted to have been shortlisted for this award. The project that we undertook is a true representation of multidisciplinary team collaboration at its very best. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to all our nominees, and I will now hand over to Peter to announce our winner.
Thank you, Glyn. I'm delighted to announce the winner is the ICU Anaesthetics and Theatres team. Well done, all of you. And of course, congratulations to our runner-up nominees, the World Champions, first working in collaboration with our primary and secondary care teams, but also the COVID follow-up and rehabilitation team. Well done to you all, really well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. We'll now move on to our fourth category, which is quality, sustainability and efficiency. This category reflects the aspiration of the Health Board's ongoing initiative to improve quality, reduce waste and delays throughout the Health Board. Individuals or teams recognised in this category have generated effective ideas for improving efficiency and/or have implemented changes that maintain, improve safety, quality of patient care, service delivery whilst improving efficiency and value for money. Now, this award will be presented by Rob Holcomb, who I will hand over to shortly. I'd like to congratulate all our nominees in this category And our shortlisted nominees, again, these are in no particular order, and the first nomination is a jointly shortlisted one from two services. So these are the Bladder and Bowel Nursing Service and the South West District Nursing Team. Firstly, a little bit about the project initiated by the Bladder and Bowel Nursing Service. This project was initially implemented at the start of the pandemic to expedite catheter removal and to avoid hospital attendance. The Bladder and Bowel Specialist Nursing Team undertook care in the patient's own home rather than in the urology department. 276 patients were treated at home. The success of the project means that work is underway to train district nurses to undertake this really important work. Now, moving to the South West District Nursing Team, this team have been instrumental in the rollout of the catheter-associated urinary tract infection bundle in care homes and for care agency staff, and the wider implementation of the community trial without catheter project. Now, this has resulted in a 14% decrease in caseload for the team, a reduction in impact on secondary care services, and an increase in quality of life and potential harm reduction for patients.
Hello, my name is Kira. I'm a Band 5 community nurse in South West Newport. As a team, we are really excited to be nominated for this award as we continually strive to improve patient care. It was identified within our busy caseload that we have a high number of patients with catheters and catheter problems, accounted for 20% of all of our unscheduled calls, with a majority of these being located within care homes. I developed a COTI bundle which provides patients and carers with education and support with their catheters. This, alongside the TWOC initiative, where patients with catheters were reviewed and, if appropriate, TWOC'd, and this had an 80% success rate. These programmes, running side by side with the help of my colleagues and team leader Kate Morgan, have improved longevity of catheters, improved patient outcomes, provided patients and carers with education, reduced caseload and unscheduled visits.
Moving to our second shortlisted nominees, who are the Robotic Process Automation, or RPA team. Robotic process automation technology provides the opportunity to manage data and deliver automation of high volume administrative and clerical tasks to release pressure on resource and to enable staff to focus on direct clinical care. Health records, finance, endoscopy, clinical coding, agency staff onboarding, and COVID-19 vaccination updates to the clinical workstation have all been enhanced by this processing ability. A great example to illustrate this is the fact that this new system has enabled the processing of 125,000 data items per week related to vaccination information required on the clinical workstation. The staff involved have worked tirelessly to implement this new system, which is cost-effective, efficient, and sustainable.
Hi, my name is Jason Burridge and I head up the Robotic Process Automation team. We started our robotics journey 18 months ago to help relieve some of the pressures of the pandemic. With the team's dedication and hard work, we've already delivered nearly £500,000 worth of benefits. But that's not all, as there's so much more to come in the pipeline. We all work in different locations, so I'd like to thank Sian, Louise, Tom and Ram for their great teamwork. We've also had tremendous support from people like Mike Ogonowski, Helen Hughes-Tate, Janice Jenkins and Cynthia Henderson, without whom this journey would never have started. We're really proud of what we've achieved and are all super excited to be nominated for the Staff Recognition Awards. Go Team RPA!
That's great. Our final shortlisted nominees in this category are the Heart Failure Nurse-Led Service. Team leads are Linda Edmonds and Karen Hazel. This project used lean systems methodology to deliver the most effective and timely follow-up for patients with heart failure. Collaboration with the value-based healthcare programme saw the important implementation of patient-related outcome measures and patient-related experience measures. A number of positive outcomes have been achieved, including a significant reduction in referral to first and second appointment times, and a redirection of inappropriate referrals, and an increase in service capacity.
Hi everyone, I'm Hayley Rose, one of the heart failure specialist nurses working within the nurse-led heart failure service in the Aneurin Bevan University Health Board. We're excited to be nominated for a Staff Recognition Award along with our colleagues. We've been nominated for developing and sustaining a more effective follow-up service for patients discharged from cardiology with heart failure. The improvement was a collaborative project between the nurse-led heart failure service and the value-based healthcare programme. Redesigning the service meant that the patients who are in most need can access the service quickly in order to prevent deterioration and unavoidable readmission. It also allowed patients to have timely optimisation of their medication to greatly improve our patients' long-term outcomes. On behalf of the team, I would like to thank our nurse consultant and the value-based healthcare programme for all of their support. It is a great honour for us as a team to be nominated. Many thanks.
Congratulations again to all our nominees. I'll hand over now to Rob to announce our winner.
Thanks, Glyn. I'm very pleased to announce the winner of this category is the Robotic Process Automation team. I'd like to thank and congratulate the other shortlisted nominees for their excellent work, the Bladder and Bowel Nursing Service and South West District Nursing Team, and the Heart Failure Nurse-led Service as well. Congratulations, everyone. Back to Glyn.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. And that leads us on to our next category, which is leadership. This category recognises individuals from any level within the organisation who have demonstrated a significant difference through their leadership. Now, this award will be presented by Sarah Simmons, who again I will hand over to shortly. I'd like to congratulate all our nominees in this category. Again, we've got 3 shortlisted nominees, and these are in no particular order. So firstly, we have Joanne Hook, Senior Nurse in County Hospital. Joanne has been nominated for the exemplar leadership she has demonstrated in achieving significant improvements at County Hospital. Jo is described as a visible and passionate leader who prioritises patient and staff experience. She demonstrates her commitment to high standards and our organisational values on a daily basis. In particular, her leadership of an intergenerational programme between the hospital and the local primary school has really made a positive difference to patients, staff, and the children involved.
Hi, my name's Jo Hook. I'm the senior nurse here at County Hospital. I was absolutely delighted when I found out my team had nominated me for the leadership category. I'm extremely proud of the team here in County Hospital, who've undergone a lot of changes in the last 2 years since I've taken on my role, but they've always kept the patients at the centre of everything they do, which has led to a number of innovations, which include our Meaningful Activities programme and our intergenerational project. This has improved the experience for both the staff and the patients. I'm privileged to lead such a special team, which together we've achieved great things and has resulted us being recognised as finalists in the RCNI and the RCN Wales Awards. Thank you for the recognition and for giving the community hospital an opportunity to showcase the great work that we're striving to achieve.
Our next shortlisted nominees are Ms Bowley, Deputy Director of Public Health and Senior Responsible Officer for the COVID-19 Mass Vaccination Programme, and Dr. Liam Taylor, Deputy Medical Director and Interim Divisional Director for Primary Care Community Services Division. Both Mez and Liam have demonstrated exceptional leadership in ensuring the success of the COVID-19 mass vaccination programme. They have followed the evidence base, kept multi-agency colleagues informed and involved. They have not faltered as effective role models in leading their teams to deliver this unprecedented and successful vaccination programme. Their leadership has helped ensure the success of the biggest vaccination programme the NHS has ever undertaken, helping to protect our community and our NHS.
Hi, I'm Larry Bowley. I'm Deputy Director of Public Health.
My name's Liam Taylor. I'm Deputy Medical Director and Director of Primary Care.
Together we're part of the leadership team for the COVID vaccination programme.
This programme began just under 1 year ago, and in the past year we've delivered over 1 million vaccinations to our local population. And what that means is that a lot of people are more protected against the serious effects of COVID than it would have been otherwise, and it's helped to reduce the impact of COVID on our services.
So we're working part of a tremendous team from across primary care, from staff across the health board, voluntary sector, and supported by the local authorities as well. And we're thrilled really on behalf of everybody who's worked on the programme to be nominated for these awards. And we'd like to take the opportunity to thank our staff as well as all our residents for playing their part in the rollout of the vaccination programme.
Our final shortlisted nominee is Dr. Adrian Neal, Head of Employee Wellbeing. Adrian has worked tirelessly to respond to the new ways of working required to respond to the challenge of supporting staff wellbeing throughout the pandemic. At the start of the pandemic, he gathered together health professionals from across the health board and led on the development of a hub and spoke model to offer support to frontline staff who were at the forefront of caring for patients. Adrian is described as someone who epitomises compassionate leadership in all that he does.
My name is Adrian Neal. I'm Head of Employee Wellbeing, and my core part of my role is to manage the Employee Wellbeing Service, which is there's 11 of us, but about 7.6 whole-time equivalent. So we're a very small team. Obviously, the last 20 months have been really challenging. So to me, the fact that they still like me and think I'm all right and doing a reasonable job is incredibly helpful, because I think most of us have been kind of trying to make this up as we go along. Again, really pleased to be nominated, and very happy to share that nomination for my team. Thank you.
Thank you, that's great. Congratulations again to all our nominees, and I will hand over to Sarah to announce our winner.
Diolch, Glyn. The winners in this category are Ms Bowley and Liam Taylor. Congratulations. And congratulations to the other shortlisted nominees, Joanne Hook and Adrian Neal. Well done.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, and well done to everybody. Moving now to our sixth and most popular category. This is Team of the Year. Now, this award attracted many nominations, and it's made to the team who have made an outstanding contribution to the delivery of the Health Board objectives. This award will be presented by Nicola Prigodic, who I will shortly hand over to. Now, as I said before, this is always an extremely competitive category, and I would like to congratulate everyone on being nominated. So again, our shortlisted nominees, in no particular order, are the Switchboard Services. As first point of contact, Switchboard Services is an excellent example of customer service. At the height of the pandemic, shortages of staff across the health board meant that, unfortunately, answering internal phone calls had to take a back seat in favour of providing direct patient care. Switchboard staff were the first port of call for callers who, understandably, were often frustrated, upset, irate, or exasperated when they couldn't get a reply from the ward or department. Switchboard staff were also familiarising themselves with the impact of the opening of the new Grange Hospital and the subsequent relocation of services and staff. But throughout this time, they have maintained their commitment to excellent customer service and support for staff colleagues by going the extra mile in all aspects of their service.
Hi, my name's Paul and I'm one of the switchboard operators working in the Grange University Hospital. In Switchboard, we answer internal and external calls for all health board sites. On average, we answer between 4,000 and 5,000 calls per day. In addition to this, we also answer clinical emergency calls and dispatch relevant teams, and cover other services out of hours, including transport, district nurses, interpreters and translators, works and estates response desk, and IT help desk. Like all other areas within the NHS, we have faced many challenges over the last year, including the opening of the Grange, which meant a 30% increase in call volume at peak times. Being nominated for Team of the Year is a wonderful recognition of our commitment and dedication, and we are so grateful that our hard work has been recognised. And finally, I'd just like to say thank you for the nomination on behalf of the Switchboard team.
Our next shortlisted nominees are the Mortuary and Care After Death Hub team, represented by Julia Hemmings and Sharif Ghulam Hussain from Pathology, and Atlanta Humphreys, representing the Care After Death team from Facilities. Now, sadly, as death rates increased during the pandemic, the Care After Death Hub was created to ensure dignity was maintained for those that had died, ensuring 24/7 advisory services for bereaved families and funeral directors and supporting doctors, with the requirements of new legislation for death certification and registration. When storage capacity had been exhausted, the team worked tirelessly to ensure the design, procurement, and implementation of additional facilities. The team have worked with the facilities team, providing training and support when required to ensure the quality of service has been maintained throughout this most challenging period. The Care After Death team provides support to families who have lost a loved one to help guide them through the process as smoothly and as sensitively as possible. If the family wish, they also help them by making memory boxes, which include a handprint and a lock of hair, which may be the last thing that family have.
COVID-19 changed the way that we all worked practically overnight, and this was also true of the management of bereavement and mortuary services within our health board. As we all know, during 2020, families weren't able to be with their loved ones at the end. Frontline staff were becoming increasingly overwhelmed through patient numbers, severity of disease and PPE, and our mortuary too went from being a small team managing the few to managing the many.
Within a week of the hub going live, we converted multiple workstations with dedicated telephone lines and PCs to allow database access. We familiarised ourselves with all the legal requirements regarding death certificates, cremation forms and funeral director release forms. We were fortunate to work alongside the only bereavement support officer in the trust at that time.
We worked together as a large team, valuing each other and particularly the frontline staff to free them up to care for the patients. You may wonder what our next goal is, and so now that we've left a legacy of the Care After Death service, we have reverted back to our previous roles.
The next nominee is the respiratory team across the health board. Now, the reason for this is the citation represents very many nominations that were received for all aspects of the respiratory service across the whole of our health board. notably in the Team of the Year category, but also across other categories as well. The nominations all gave exemplars of excellent multidisciplinary team working and collaboration, personifying our health board values and delivering excellent patient care. There are too many specific examples to include them all, but without exception, the many nominations received all reflect the dedication, values and teamwork ethos required to deliver excellent patient care at a time when their expertise, innovation and time was under unprecedented pressure.
I'm Dr. Bevan, the Clinical Director for Respiratory. I just want to say a massive thank you for the nominations. I'm really proud of all our teams across the Health Board, including C4 High Care Unit, the nursing teams at the Grange and Royal Gwent Hospital and Neville Hall Hospital, the community nurses and the post-COVID rehab team. During the pandemic, the Respiratory Directorate and team have stepped up, and I'm continually proud of what they do every day and what they deliver to our patients.
Again, I'd really like to congratulate all our nominees, and I will now hand over to Nicola to announce the winner.
Thanks, Glyn, and the winning team is the respiratory team from across the Health Board. Well done. Also, massive congratulations as well to the other nominees, the shortlisted nominees, the switchboard services, amazing work, and the mortuary and care after death hub team as well, outstanding. So thank you all. Diolch, Glyn.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much. Well done and congratulations to all of you. Now to our category of education, research and innovation. This category is for an individual or a team who deliver or respond to the broad range of activities that help create the culture of education, research and innovation we need to continuously improve what we do. Now, this award will shortly be announced by Dan Davis. Our first shortlisted nominees represent 3 separate nominations, each of whom has shown dedication, innovation and commitment to the education of staff in practice. Although the nominations represent very distinct areas of practice, it was the opinion of the judging panel that there were sufficient similarities to jointly shortlist the following nominees. So we have Audra Davis and Liz Welton for their contribution to an engaged, supported and educated workforce in paediatrics and children's community nursing services, and as members of the All Wales Practice Educator Forum, driving forward change to implement a standardised approach to training programmes, guidelines and policies for a Wales-wide approach. We also have the Practice Facilitator team with team leader Jean Dadge for their flexible and innovative approach to pre-registration nurse education, including enabling groundbreaking clinical placements for student nurses in the Mass Vaccination Centre. And we also have Annie Ming and Ali Curtin, lead practice educators for medicine and scheduled care, for their dedication and expertise in working tirelessly throughout the pandemic to support the educational needs of the Health Board workforce in medicine and scheduled care divisions.
Bore da. My name is Rhiannon Jones and I'm the Executive Director of Nursing for Aneurin Bevan University Health Board. I'm absolutely delighted to introduce the collective submission for practice educators spanning acute and community in the Staff Recognition Awards in the category of Education, Research and Innovation. The practice educators play a vital role in ensuring a rich learning environment for students. Their role has been very challenged throughout COVID and they've had to adapt their style and approach to ensure that students get a rich experience. They have demonstrated flexibility, creativity, innovation and commitment. Students are our workforce of the future, and the practice educators play a vital role in ensuring student preparedness for registration. Therefore, I believe that the practice educators are a worthy nomination, and I wish them every luck in this category. Diolch yn fawr.
That's great, thank you. Our second nominees in this category are St David's Clinic, and the team lead there is Dr. Peter Spears. Under the leadership of Dr. Peter Spears, the team at St David's Clinic have shown dedication and amazing support to help ensure the effective implementation of essential elements of the COVID-19 Oxford vaccine study. They volunteered to help in any way they could, supporting the day-to-day running of the trial. They went the extra mile by offering to run the whole of the patient pathway to ensure participants on the trial would have a seamless service and that the integrity of the trial data was maintained. Their selfless contribution to the success of this really important trial has been invaluable at a time of unprecedented need.
Hi, I'm Peter Spears. I work at St David's Clinic. I'm one of the GPs here, and we are delighted to be nominated for the award for Research, Development and Innovation. I think that's it. We've worked really hard during the pandemic, and it's really lovely for you guys to recognise the hard work us and the team at St David's Clinic have been putting in this last few months. So we're delighted and looking forward to the awards ceremony. We'll see you there. Woo!
Great. Our final nominees in this category are the Aneurin Bevan Primary Care Academy. The Academy has improved the recruitment, retention and sustainability of the primary care nurse workforce, helping to deliver on the strategic requirements of the primary care model for Wales, a healthier Wales and clinical futures. To date, 31 nurses have been recruited. Their education programme has evaluated excellently and is recognised as good practice across Wales, with contributions at national conferences and the HEIW Primary Care Roadshow.
Hello, my name's Alicia. I completed the Care Academy back in 2019. The Academy is a programme that develops registered nurses into general practice nurses. I was fortunate enough to secure a post in a GP practice afterwards. I had an experienced mentor and undertook education days for the full 6 months. I covered all aspects of general practice nursing so that when I came out I was a fully fledged practice nurse. I was supported by the Academy throughout as a cohort of 12, and to date 20 out of 21 have secured posts within primary community care. It's an innovative programme that partners with GP surgeries, education teams and universities. I've been able to build on my skills and I'm now a trainee advanced nurse practitioner, so I'm undergoing my journey into advanced practice. It's improved recruitment, retention and sustainability of primary care nursing workforce, and personally I feel that it has shaped my journey and enabled me to have a role within primary care.
Again, congratulations to all our nominees. I'll now hand over to Dan to announce our winner.
So the winners for this category are St David's Clinic with the team leader Dr. Peter Spears. Congratulations on your award. Also to offer congratulations to the others that were shortlisted. That includes the representatives of the practice educator nominees, Audra Davis and Liz Welton, the pre-registration nurse education practice facilitator team, and Annie Ming and Ali Curtin. And of course the Aneurin Bevan Primary Care Academy represented by specialist nurse Dawn Parry.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. So next, we move to our Population Health and Wellbeing Award. Now, this category seeks to recognise the efforts of an individual or a team whose work has improved or protected population health and well-being in all or part of the Health Board's area. This could be in response to the COVID-19 pandemic or generally to improve population health and reduce health inequalities in the longer term. This award will shortly be presented by Leanne Watkins, and our first nomination is the Mass Vaccination Centre Booking Team. The Mass Vaccination Booking Team was initially created in a matter of weeks to manage 12 hours a day, 7 days a week service to support the mass rollout of the COVID-19 vaccination programme. Staff were redeployed from their existing booking and referral centres together with other team leads from across the Health Board. They needed to work with different systems from the outset, inputting requirements to the national system, and work tirelessly to create interim workarounds when innovative solutions were needed. Effective collaboration working with public health and primary care colleagues, among others, supported the planning and delivery of this new service. The team have fielded thousands of calls, calming fears, rearranging appointments, and ensuring patients were booked to avoid vaccine wastage.
Hi, I'm Claire. I work in the Vaccination Booking Centre. We deal with the general inquiries and booking people in for their vaccinations. So we deal with inbound calls, but we also chase any patients who haven't received their vaccination for whatever reason and are eligible.
Thank you. Our second nominee is Star Moyo, Senior Nurse and the Asylum Seekers and Vulnerable Groups Team. The Asylum Seekers and Vulnerable Groups Team is dedicated to bridging the gap in health inequalities among the socially vulnerable, including asylum seekers, refugees, homeless people, Gypsy and Roma communities, and sex workers. Ongoing engagement is undertaken with these communities to understand the barriers they face to accessing services and what can best meet their needs. As a result, the team have implemented a number of improvements that have led to significant positive outcomes, such as ensuring people are registered with a GP, appropriate referral to mental health services, supporting people struggling to keep their housing tenancy by working with third sector colleagues, introducing more effective assessments, and supporting other teams to recognise and meet the needs of the vulnerable communities.
My name is Star Moyo. I'm the Senior Nurse for the Health Inclusion Service. Within our team, we cover asylum seekers, refugees, homeless people, sex workers, Roma and Gypsy communities. We've been nominated for the Population Health and Wellbeing. We would like to thank everyone who has actually nominated us, as it means so much to the team. This has boosted the team's morale as we feel valued and appreciated for the work that we do. I would like to thank again the team who've worked tirelessly over the past months. The team has been able to make such a difference to the communities that we serve in terms of actually supporting people to access services. And to be nominated for this award, we couldn't be any happier, and I'm just so proud of the whole team.
Our final shortlisted nominee in this category is Carol Williams, Advanced Nurse Practitioner at Talagan CMHT. Carol has led on improvements to monitoring the physical health needs of individuals who experience mental health difficulties and to access support from secondary mental health services via Talagan Community Mental Health Team. Carol has established a physical health clinic to monitor patients receiving antipsychotic medication. This is a key objective for improvement by Welsh Government, and Carol's expertise, dedication and commitment are helping to ensure holistic care for this group of patients, improving patient experience, identifying physical health issues early, and improving patient safety.
Hello, my name's Carol Williams and I've been shortlisted for the Service Innovation Award. I'm an advanced nurse practitioner based at Tallygarn CMHT. This is a newly established role which I've championed within our health board whilst completing my advanced clinical practitioner's masters. The aim of this role is to address the disparity in physical and mental health, as research has shown that people with mental health conditions have a 15 to 20 year reduced life expectancy. This is a new role which works towards improving the physical health inequalities in accordance with the NICE guidance and NHS Wales National Integrated Medium Term Plan. I'm pleased to be nominated for this award as I feel a sense of recognition for something I feel passionately about, and I hope this role will effectively meet the needs of our service as well as improve health outcomes. I would also like to take this opportunity in thanking my senior nurse and directorate managers for their support.
Thank you very much, and again, congratulations to all our nominees. I will now hand over to Leanne to announce our winner.
The very deserving winner in this category is Star Moyo, Senior Nurse on the Asylum Seekers and Vulnerable Groups team. The very best congratulations on your award. And I'd also like to congratulate and thank the other shortlisted nominees, the Mass Vaccination Centre booking team, and Carol Williams, the Advanced Nurse Practitioner for Tallygarn Community Mental Health Team.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, and congratulations and well done to everyone again. I'm now going to move to the Patient Choice Award. And again, special thanks to our patients who took the time to nominate. I've actually been given the privilege of actually announcing this award myself. So the Patient's Choice Award, this award offers patients and the public an opportunity to have their say and to recognise the Aneurin Bevan University Health Board staff who have made a difference to their lives. Now, those of you that have had the opportunity to look at this year's awards brochure will see that we received 22 nominations in this important category. I congratulate you all on this well-deserved recognition. We are very proud of you all, and I know that it will mean a great deal that the people you care for have actually taken the time to express their appreciation of all that you do. Winner of this year's Patient Choice Award is a service that received many nominations, both for many individuals who deliver the service and for the service as a whole. The winner is Her Majesty's Prison, Usk Healthcare Department.
Hello, we are part of the healthcare team at HMP Usk and Prescoid.
We are so excited to be shortlisted for the Patient's Choice Staff Recognition Award for all our hard work during the COVID pandemic. Our team has worked really hard during the past 18 months to keep everyone safe and well, just like the rest of our colleagues in the NHS.
We are so proud and can't wait to join everyone in the virtual award ceremony.
Hooray!
That's great. And we even had the background traffic as well to go with it. Congratulations to you all and thank you. Now we move to the part of our awards where the Chair and the Chief Executive make special awards for individual teams or services that have particularly caught our eye during the year in terms of their good practice. I would like to ask our Chair, Anne Lloyd, to make her Chair's award.
Thank you very much, Glyn. This was very, very difficult. I actually wanted to give my award to all the staff, but I was told I had to make a choice. So my award recognises a team that have played an absolutely critical role in protecting our residents, in trying to break the chains of transmission of COVID-19 in communities and in places of work. So I'm really pleased and proud to make my award to the Gwent Test, Trace and Protect service under the leadership of Errol Powell, the consultant in public health. Well done, Errol, and your team. This excellent team was developed from scratch at an unprecedented scale and pace, and at the peak, the service was having to trace 5,000 cases during 1 week. The service has successfully reached, isolated and contained the onward transmission of COVID-19 in about 50,000 index cases and 100,000 between June 2020 and August 2021, when the peak really was surging. I think they also played a really excellent role in informing the public and making sure that they were very clear about how difficult and transmissible this disease was. And it has changed its nature now, but really I think it is an absolute credit that over its lifetime to date, the TTP service have successfully reached 99% of cases, which you would all recognise, anybody who's got to get hold of anybody on the phone, how infrequently people pick up the phone, for goodness sake. This service at times was really stretched to its absolute limit, but responded ever so well to the challenge. We also had the regional response cell as part of Gwent TTP, and that's provided exceptional service. Due credit has to be given to those integral elements of that programme. The enclosed settings cell, protecting some of the most vulnerable people within our residential care settings, absolutely vital service. The staff wellbeing and support cell, and our clinical leads providing support to all the contact tracing teams and the regional cell delivery programme. This was a great example of partnership working, and it's real testament to Errol's leadership and all the partners involved that the problem solving, adaptive and flexible approach adopted enabled the partnership to develop really effective solutions to continuous challenges. And given that we're about to have an inquiry, I am sure that their track record is going to shine through the evidence. So thank you ever so much for your dedication and service. And I should like to ask Errol, the Public Health Consultant, to accept my Chair's Award on behalf of Gwent Test, Trace and Protect Service. Thank you so much to all of you.
Congratulations and thank you very much, and thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. So as Interim Chief Executive, I'm now really delighted to invite our previous Chief Executive, Judith Paget, to present her Chief Executive Award. And welcome, Judith.
Yeah, Glyn, thank you. And it's brilliant to be here. Congratulations to everybody who's been nominated and been awarded this afternoon. It's been a joy to listen to the ceremony. It was a huge privilege to get involved yet again in the judging panel for the awards this year. So many wonderful nominations, and again, just to add my congratulations to everybody, really, it's been brilliant. As everybody has said, difficult choices this year. You want to give your award to absolutely everybody. I think the work of everybody in the health board is just truly remarkable. But having to pick one team or service, the award goes to a service that actually received 9 separate nominations across 4 different categories in our awards. They were nominated in the leadership category, the partnership working category, the improving patient experience, and in team of the year. Before and during the pandemic, they are a service that has demonstrated tremendous resilience both in hospital and community settings. They've proved themselves critical to the well-being of our hospital patients and to our wider community. They truly are our unsung heroes of our frontline services. They've introduced new ways of working, implemented new systems, including a new IT system in a new hospital, responded creatively and flexibly to innumerable challenges in our hospital and community settings. And whatever part of the service they've worked in, whatever role they've had, whatever setting they've worked in, they should be and can be tremendously proud of the contribution that they've made and do continue to make. They are making a difference to patient care every day. So my award this year, and I'm very grateful to Glyn for letting me join you to give the award, goes to the Aneurin Bevan Health Board's pharmacy services. So congratulations everybody, amazing team. Thank you to them all for their expertise, their compassion, and their dedication. Congratulations and diolch yn fawr. Thank you, Glyn. I shall hand back to you.
Thank you, Judith, and it's lovely to see you, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to come and present the award, albeit virtually. It's lovely to see you and for you to take that time, so we really do appreciate it. Thank you again. Okay, moving now to our Community Health Council Award. This is the 9th occasion that an Aneurin Bevan Community Health Council has directly made an award. The Health Board works closely with the CHC on behalf of local patients, and it was felt that, as with the Chair and the CEO Award, the CHC should be asked to make an award for an individual, team or service that they consider having had notable practice over the last year. Joseph, Deputy Chief Officer of Aneurin Bevan Community Health Council, to announce the winner and to read the citation.
Thank you, Glyn. The Community Health Council is very grateful to the whole of this team. They've enabled the continuation of independent CHC engagement activity with people in hospital during the pandemic, when the unusual CHC face-to-face visits to hospital could not go ahead. Because of this incredible support, people in hospital have still been able to engage with an independent body to share their hospital experiences at the point at which they are receiving care via FaceTime with the CHC member volunteers. In doing this, the CHC has been able to offer the Health Board independent feedback and opportunities for continuous learning during this extremely difficult time. In addition to this support, the CHC has been so impressed with the team's own work to tackle loneliness for vulnerable people in hospital and in the community throughout the pandemic and beyond. By making adaptations to the volunteer service and undertaking visits themselves to people who are vulnerable and at risk of isolation, their work has helped to reduce the impacts of that isolation during this really challenging time. The whole team has worked tirelessly to support the introduction of end-of-life champions, dementia companions, and volunteers to the mass vaccination centres. Their work has been exceptional, with people's needs always at the forefront of their minds. And we hope that this well-deserved award to the person-centred care team conveys our heartfelt thanks and recognition of this brilliant and valued work. So the Aneurin Bevan Community Health Council has great pleasure in awarding the CHC award.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for taking the time to present that very special recognition. Okay, we now move to our what we call our Living Our Values category. Now, these are recipients of this very special award who have been chosen by the judging panel from the nominations received across all categories. It's given to those individuals who've demonstrated that they've gone above and beyond in living the values of the Health Board acting as exemplar role models for others. So I'm delighted to commend the following staff for acting as exemplary role models in living our values. First of all, we have Richard Lane. Richard Lane is probably better known as our singing security guard at the Grange University Hospital. Now, Richard's warm and friendly approach to customer service gets everyone smiling, including me. He is described as someone who lifts your spirits and makes a positive difference every day. We then have YYF Radio, Stephen Davis and team at YYF. Steve and the team have enabled a free and accessible platform that gathers and shares speech and music content, helping to reduce any feelings of social isolation for our patients. Thirdly, then we have Professor Charlotte Lawtham, consultant neurologist. Charlotte has been described by the parent of one of her patients as a truly marvellous professional who always puts her patients first. Charlotte cares for some of the most vulnerable people with the utmost selflessness and compassion. Then have Jane Turner. Jane is a colorectal specialist nurse, and she's someone who epitomises our value of people first. She is described by one of her patients as the person who pulled her through one of the most challenging periods of her life. Jane has gone over and above to offer patient support and is a wonderful ambassador for the Health Board. Next, we have Rebecca Pearce, Senior Programme Manager. Rebecca is described as someone who is an inspiration to her colleagues for a drive to implement improvements across the GP out-of-hours service and the introduction of the 111 service. We then have Dan Davis, Chief of Staff. Dan is recognised for his tremendous contribution to setting up the COVID-19 testing service. His can-do attitude, dedication and expertise made a tremendous impact on our successful response to some of the key challenges of the pandemic. Then have James Hodgson, Head of Communications. As Head of Communications, James took the lead on communications in relation to the opening of the Grange University Hospital. Now, this was extremely challenging and saw James going over and above to introduce new methods of communication, such as the Facebook Live discussions and supporting colleagues across the Health Board to help get key messages across to staff and the public. And then we have Ed Valentine, Consultant in Emergency Medicine. Ed is described as someone who's gone the extra mile in supporting the setup and smooth running of the new emergency department at the Grange University Hospital. He has done much of this in his own time and always puts patients and his colleagues first. So a big thank you to all of you and well done. Now, I would like to move to our final special recognition award. I'm really delighted to be making this special recognition award to someone who has shown outstanding dedication to the NHS throughout her long career. Christine Cullerton, thank you on behalf of us all for your service. And I'd like to read out, if I can, a citation written by your team leader. Christine is a staff nurse based at Bryn Hyfryd Clinic. She started her career at St Wallace Hospital in 1960, then went to Pontypool General Hospital before starting her role as a district nurse. Chris was a sister for many years, then retired and came back, job sharing for the Pontypool district nursing team. Chris then joined the Resource Bank and has been working ever since as a bank nurse. Chris continues to work for all 4 teams across the borough, filling in at a moment's notice, and is a highly qualified and experienced nurse who is able to carry out all levels of clinical interventions. And at the age of 80, yes, 80 this year, still aptly applies evidence-based knowledge and health promotion to all patients. Chris also sits on the local adoption panel as a volunteer member. Chris also volunteered for St John Ambulance and performed many hours of duty at the Millennium Stadium, running an emergency centre over Christmas and the New Year. Chris has really gone the extra mile in this, her 80th year and 61st year of nursing. I think Chris is an inspiration to us all and an example of leadership across all aspects of community working. All those who come in contact with Chris always take away with them new knowledge and empathetic kindness. Christine is an exemplary and outstanding registered nurse, and we commend her for her dedication to our community. So simply, thank you, Chris, for all that you do. Thank you and well done. And that brings us to the end of the official ceremony. So I'd like to congratulate all our staff recognition award nominees. We are proud of all our staff, but you in particular have been nominated for your notable practice and achievements. And we thank you for all that you do to make such a positive difference. You are role models for others. You are ambassadors for the Aneurin Bevan University Health Board, but also the NHS in Wales. Recognising the importance of sharing best practice, I think nominees should actually consider entering their work into the NHS Wales Awards and the other national and global awards. So thank you also to everyone that took the time to make a nomination, to all our guests, and for those that support our nominees and winners. Finally, I would just like to say thank you again for joining us. I would like to apologise for the delay. Fortunately, we managed to overcome the technical glitches, so I would like to thank the team here who you probably wouldn't have seen, but were working frantically to make sure that actually this all happened, and we got there in the end, didn't we? So thank you very much to everybody involved. There is a certificate for all nominees, which will be sent by email to all nominees over the next couple of weeks. We'll also be delivering the lovely glass awards to all our winners of the awards today.